Hey guys, so don't mind the noise, we got construction going around, but I was trying to get this video out as quick as possible. So, I'll see you in the video, hopefully the noise goes away. Hey guys, so like I was saying, we have some construction going down, so if you hear anything like trucks or beeping or stuff like that, I'm sorry. This is the only time I didn't have like horrendous wind, so we're gonna do a little tour on the garden of what's going on and what's new and everything like that, and I'm gonna kind of explain why some of them are still in pots, why some of them aren't, so we'll go through that in a minute. Alright, so here we still have the Snapdragons and what I keep calling pansies, which are volas, which I guess are the same thing. The orange one finally bloomed. I don't know if I showed that. My cats do keep jumping over here, so I'm sure it's got a little bit of damage, like this little poor guy down here keeps flooping. I did remove some flower heads from one of these. I think it was, oh, the purple one over there. I removed flower heads from that one just because it just wasn't having it anymore, but it has more buds, so it's not a big deal. So the kale seems to be doing okay over here. It's not 100% loving it. Obviously you can see that yellow tinged one back there, but it was what I had at the moment because I didn't have the other area ready. This little guy here, what are you? You are a Dipladenia? I don't know, it's right there, guys, if you can see it. It's from the company Rio. I got it at Home Depot. That was just their provider, was Rio. You're gonna stick you back there so you don't fall over. Love the plant, super beautiful. But I absolutely hate the pot. It's super lightweight, has no gravity to it at all. Like, it tips over super easy. Littlest, will you stop tormenting the door? Yeah, that's what happens when you get stuck. Sorry, my cat was trying to climb up my screen door there. Okay, I've deadheaded some of these other little pansies here. All of my purpley blue ones. And then my blue and yellow one. They did get rain, so a lot of them are not loving the fact that we got too much water. Ooh, look at that one, that was so pretty. And then I have a broccoli over here as well, and I've probably mentioned this a million times before, another kale. My poppies right here, they are struggling with the winds. These two back here are barely holding on just because the winds and the cats and everything like that, but with all of that sadness of my poor poppies, my bachelor buttons are finally up. Like, if you can see next to my finger is a little bachelor button sprout. There's only 7. I don't remember how many I put in here. I just sprinkled it along this row, so I'm hoping a few more pop up right there. Okay. My dill is doing amazing right there. I don't know if you can see with the sun. I have that little guy over there. I have to go find its pot. It's over in my Del Monte box. That's a red version of the pink one. Another pink one. Over there's another red one. Those are staying there permanently. I'm putting them there. The ones in pots, like I mentioned before, I don't know where I want them. Or if I want them there. So I'm leaving them in pots until I figure it out. My pineapple sage is doing okay. It's not loving something. I'm not sure what it is, but it's kind of crunchy. We did have a cold front come in. So, you know, it is what it is. This one had a stalk right here. It was about yay high or so, maybe a little taller. I snipped it because it was just not having it. It's dried in my house right now. It smells amazing. Here's my regular garden sage. It's doing okay. It's not showing as much damage as the pineapple sage, but the pineapple sage is a very tropical version, so, you know, you kind of expect difference between the two. Alright, this is my ranunculus. I potted it up in one of the Rio pots because I didn't know where I wanted it, and I looked it up because I didn't know if it was full sun or not, and it does show that it can be containered. So I don't know if I want to just keep it in a container and just kind of like sporadically move it in different locations or just leave it right there. My Icelandic Poppy, it had like 3 large shoots, kind of like those, but they were full blooms. And you can see the wind just got bad all of a sudden. And the wind just took the flowers off. So I clipped them, and hopefully, since I saw some more down at the bottom somewhere, they're just gonna pop up and bloom for me. Oh, and I redid all of this. This is all amended now. So this used to be just regular dirt, now it's all amended. My rosemary's back in its spot. Like I said, that one is those. This little beauty here, right here, I don't know if you can see that. Probably can. That is amazingly gorgeous. I love these. I kind of want to get another one just because they are so pretty. They are called Electric Sky, and I think they're I'll have to put it in the description, but they're not pansies. I think they're peonies or something like that. Anyways, oh, petunias, that's what they are. They're petunias. Okay, these little guys, like I said, I'll have to go get the container for what they are. They didn't have a little stick to go with them. They were the only ones they had as far as I could tell at at Home Depot. So my husband just grabbed them. And all of these right here, all of these, the Icelandic Poppy, yeah, so like anything that looks like that, all of these, all the Icelandic Poppies, like I was saying, my husband got me for our anniversary. He just completely spoiled me rotten with flowers. And I have another one to show you that is like what made me cry. So I had to move the peas. Hopefully they're doing okay. I know that the supports aren't very tall, but it's what I had, so just to get them a good start until I can get something bigger. All of these romaines that look very sad and dead, they're not. They're just starting to fit because I had to move them out of their container because it was just too crowded. It was just way too crowded. My beans are coming up. Yay. My water jug greenhouse. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Hopefully I get something. I have a little hodgepodge of things in there, so if anything pops up first, I will be happy. Alright, also for our anniversary we got straight neck squash. This is one container, so we picked up one container and it had 3 in there. So I separated them out, which was super easy because they weren't tightly compact in there. And then we have zucchini. Yeah, we have zucchini. 1, 2, 3, 4. All 5 of these were in the same container as well. So all of these were in one container. These were in the biodegradable little peat containers. And they're from Bonnie, of course. And I just separated those as well. I kept the soil they came in for future pots. All of this red cabbage was also part of it. And why is there a piece of glass in there? Oh well, I'll get that later. This was also part of my anniversary gift from my husband because he knows how much I love plants. So that's been amazing from him. And then we have some more of the lettuce that had to be moved out. This one right here is my red velvet. My dark rhoda never did grow. I think I mentioned before it might have, but it never did. And like I said, everything isn't doing so well. I just moved it yesterday, so it's going to take a couple weeks. This is my cabbage that was in that pot. So if you guys remember before, it was sitting over by the flowers where that was. It was sitting in a like a terracotta-y plastic pot. So I finally took it out and put it back in the ground. So far, my critter problem seems to be at bay. Fingers crossed, everything else crossed, knocks on every possible wood piece. Not superstitious, but you know, just to make sure the little booger doesn't come back. And then some of the Buttercrunch here, my husband bought me prior to our anniversary. And it's because he wanted Buttercrunch lettuce. And the Buttercrunch we had was hiding amongst all the romaine and he couldn't find it. And me and him both have this bad habit of if it's out of sight, it's out of mind, so he couldn't see it, didn't think there was any. We have broccoli and everything doing wonderfully now. It's been, I think, a week or so, so they're doing pretty good. They got a little bigger than they were. The rest of my kale over here, one of them's not loving it, don't know why, but the rest of them seem to be doing okay. My bell peppers here, this one obviously is having some issues. It has too much water, needs more fertilizer, but it's too wet, so I can't fertilize it. My husband claims that this one's dead, but you can see it's not quite dead. It just has overwatering issues and the wind did not do it any kind justice. But it's got plenty of bell peppers growing on it right now. So far I've counted about 2. My onions that keep sprouting in my house, I just keep putting them outside as much as I can, so they're doing pretty well. My accidental lettuce, which is my black seeded something, my husband loves that one. That one came back, and if you guys look over there, hopefully you see the hummingbird that is buzzing around. It visits my yard about 15 times a day, so hopefully it finds all the flowers. I did move them on it, so it might be looking for those. Alright, so moving along, my tomato over here has suffered overwatering. That's partially my bad, partially the rain. Let's see if I can sneak past the potatoes here without stepping on them. Oh, almost. Okay, so some of them ended up getting the little blossom end rot on the bottom of them, but they're doing okay. It's not getting any worse. Sorry, I fell. Some of them are doing like the cat face thing, which is fine. I don't care. They can be all weird and wonky. I'll eat them anyways. I'm just hoping that as much flowers as it's letting it collect fruit, that I actually get ripe ones. That would be nice. This should be a red variety. I don't think it would be a white variety, but it is it's from a store-bought tomato, which means it's probably a cross, which means I have no idea what it is. But it's a tomato for sure. And my potatoes, these did not like the weather change that we had. It went from cold to hot, so it's not loving it. It's kind of floopy. They are a bunch of plants off of very few potatoes, which I have to hill up again. So hopefully that helps with structure and rigidity for them. I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh, it went away. There it goes. Hello, little hummingbird. I like sitting out here and watching it. It comes close to you if you sit still enough, but I'm talking, so it's probably not going to. I'm also getting up, moving around. Alright, one of my potatoes back here is finally shot off some extra shoots, so, well, I'm going to call them shoots anyways. Feel free to correct me. This little potato right here and the one in the pot down there that looks all sad was from over where I amended. It did have little tiny potatoes started, so hopefully it stays around. My very hot joloka, it's doing okay. It's still yellow, so I'm working on fertilization, but other than that, I think it just might be a lightly colored plant. I'm not sure. I have to look it up. These guys are doing okay. Again, extra water is an issue. I'm sitting next to some as well. These guys have got lots of leaves so far, so far we have done a lot of growing, not a lot of flowering, which is perfectly fine. These onions are doing great. They should be ready anytime soon. Here's the other potato. I'm not sure if it's going to come back or not, but if it don't, I'm not going to be sad. Oh, I had to move my grow bags because my husband requested me to, because they were in his way, which, you know, fair enough. He keeps tripping over them. I'm a lot smaller and stepwise, and I know where everything is, so when he comes out at night, he ends up tripping. And I don't want it to be where he falls, so I moved him over here, which is right next to my compost pile that I've neglected, that I need to, oh hey, here's one of the stalks that was off the poppy. Sorry, distraction. But I need to come in here and till it up and everything like that, or not till it up, turn it over. This was as big as one of the potatoes got. It just rolled out of the little hole. So they're getting there. I don't think that one's edible. My broccoli is doing good over here. This one's technically 2 plants. I just let them be because I didn't want to fight to separate them. This is that purple plant, that purpley sky electric plant. I'm hoping I can reroot that one. That's just a test. It already had broken off the main plant, so I was hoping I could get away with doing that. The remainder of the remains in the butter lettuce over here, I didn't want to put them with the rest of everything, so I just left them over here. There's only 3 plants, so it's not so bad. Okay, and the plants that made me absolutely cry, because he made it look like Valentine's Day in my house with these. There's 2 of them. This one is my, where is it? My Double Delight. And it's not supposed to have white patches on it. That's my fault. I watered the leaves by accident. But it is so amazingly pretty. I can't wait for the roses to pop up. And then the one over here is my Burst of Joy. And he had both of these sitting by the door when I came in, and he had candles everywhere. It was just so wonderfully amazing. My Burst of Joy did suffer some wind damage, so I'm kind of hoping that this one will re-root itself. I'm gonna have to cut that part off, but I'm hoping it will. So, thank you guys for coming along with me. I know it's a lot, and I know it was a lot of talking, but I really appreciate you guys coming and sharing the good times with me and everything, and looking at the fun plants. So again, I'm sorry if you guys couldn't hear anything, or if you were distracted with all the construction sounds or anything like that. But if you could like, comment, subscribe, that'd be very appreciated. Cars. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.